Hey there! So let's dive into some cool stuff about guaranteed income, how it could mean extra cash for everyone. Imagine this, an extra $1,200 for each American. Seriously, that's the dream. This video is all about guaranteed income and how Oregon is shaking things up with a pretty wild idea. Here's the scoop. Oregon was considering becoming trailblazers as the first state to tax big corporations and then share that dough with everyone living there. Residents could snag up to $750 if the plan went through. We'll keep you updated on that. No worries. Oh, and there's another city that's super generous, planning to hand out $500 monthly to some folks for a whole year. Plus, I'll give you the latest deets on the $1,200 National Guaranteed Income Program. What's happening there? What can you expect? Stick around for all the hot updates. Before we get into it, if you love keeping in the loop about Social Security and guaranteed income, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe for more juicy updates. Now, Oregon's idea was super interesting. They thought, hey, let's tax the big guys and share the love with everyone. So, if this measure popped up on a ballot, you'd be asked, hey, want $750 from the state for every household member? Paid by big businesses, mind you. Who wouldn't sign up for that, right? People rallied behind this concept big time, known as the Oregon rebate, and got it all the way to the November ballot. If successful, Oregon would have been the trailblazer in boosting taxes on large companies and spreading the wealth among everyone, guaranteeing a minimum income. Oregon could have set a trend for other states. But here's the twist. Big corporations threw down a whopping $16 million to crush this universal income idea in Oregon. And they won. 78.8% of voters nixed the policy, which was all about spreading $1,600 annually to residents, funded by those tax hikes on big businesses. This kind of basic income approach has been tested in other parts of the U.S. as a way to tackle poverty, too. What do you think? Is a guaranteed universal basic income a win or a flop? Oregon's effort didn't fly. The voters weren't having it. The official count showed 78.8% voted against the idea. Measure 118, also known as the Oregon rebate, aimed to dish out $1,600 yearly to everyone living in the state for more than 200 days. If it passed, Oregon would have been a pioneer in launching a no-strings-attached universal basic income. But alas, the opposition raised $16 million, more than 26 times what the Oregon rebate supporters managed. Such a strong vote against the measure shows it wasn't meant to be, but it's likely other states will give it a shot. Meanwhile, there are some wins out there. For instance, Salem, Massachusetts, has kicked off a guaranteed income pilot for about 100 low-income residents, offering them $500 monthly for a year. Applications opened on October 28th. So if you're in Salem, listen up. The downside? These programs often only reach a handful of folks, even though loads more could use the support. The funding just isn't enough to spread wider, like in Sunnyvale, California, where they couldn't pull together the resources for their program. On the bigger stage, you might wonder, what about me? Well, there was a bold bill floating around Congress that aimed to give adults a guaranteed income of up to $1,200 per month, plus $600 for each kid. Representative Ilhan Omar from Minnesota backed this ambitious initiative. It got a lot of people excited, but the financial logistics of sustaining such a large-scale program just didn't work out. Social Security, which is already feeling the squeeze, was a big hurdle, and there hasn't been much chatter about the $1,200 proposal since. Would it have been a game changer? Could it have helped a lot of people? Absolutely. But the big question remains, how do we pay for it? So that's the latest on all things guaranteed income. Alrighty, before you go, if you're curious about what a certain someone in the Oval Office is planning for your Social Security check, click on this other video. I'll walk you through all the deets on proposed changes and what it might mean for ya. Stay safe, take care, and thanks for watching.